Phil Spencer is leaving Xbox after 38 years, and that is great news, because Xbox isn't fun anymore.
Hi everyone, this is Alex. First glance, this might seem sad, an era is gone, but there's actually good news in this.
Xbox has always been a niche product for Microsoft, but after the success of the original Xbox and the Xbox 360, it felt like Microsoft decided to take full control of everything, which ultimately sent Xbox into a knockout in 2014. And after that, the referee in the ring kept counting to 10 all the way up to February 20th, 2026, while Xbox was trying to get back on both feet this whole time. And all this time, starting from 2014, Phil was trying to run Xbox as a gamer, but under constant corporate supervision. Phil became a crowd favorite. He was one of us in the industry, essentially the only link that could connect Xbox fans and at least somehow transmit information and feedback in both directions. But as we've all seen, in the end, this is not how it works. Microsoft thinks in terms of profits and quarterly reports. Phil thinks in terms of games and emotions from games. However, his vision now conflicts with the vision of Satya and Microsoft. We can spend a lot of time arguing about when exactly Xbox died, but Xbox didn't die, it simply lost its meaning. I'm increasingly doubting that we will see Xbox in the form of a new console. More likely it will be something abstract that just offers us a subscription and the ability to play via the cloud on any device. I don't even see the Xbox brand as a publisher anymore. What will it be instead? My guess is Microsoft Gaming. And on to the new head of Xbox. Who is she? She is a very efficient manager. If you look at her portfolio, you'll see that she helped launch products and bring them to profitability. But most importantly, she works with AI. At this point, all questions disappear and it becomes completely obvious which way the wind is blowing. And we can also say with confidence that this person knows nothing about games, or why games that were released exclusively for Xbox back in 2000s are so valued and have such a large fan base, and why fans loved Xbox so much in the first place.
But you might say, hey, wait, Alex, look at the history of consoles.
Peter Moore, Sean Layden, Reggie I. They are all businessmen, managers. Why is the new Xbox CEO any different? You see, when they spoke, I believe that they knew what they were talking about. They proved it with the games that were coming out on Nintendo, PlayStation and Xbox, whereas Don Matrick and Jim Ryan on the contrary damaged the consoles. Right now, the entire Xbox division and Microsoft are purely a corporation. I feel less and less that they are actually trying to communicate with people. I can't imagine Asha Sharma as a spokesperson. Let's take a look at her message. I feel humility because this team has built something extraordinary over decades. Urgency because gaming is in a period of rapid change and we need to move with clarity and conviction. The word urgency sounds with a shade of collapse or panic, as if Xbox has completely lost itself and doesn't know where to go. We are stewards of some of the most loved stories and characters in entertainment, and bring players and creators together around the fun and community of gaming in entirely new ways. My first job is simple: understand what makes this work and protect it. Do you understand that with this sentence you basically shot yourself in the foot in front of gamers? Games for gamers are sacred, and you don't understand that. Characters from these games were the heroes these gamers grew up with. We grew up playing these games. Some people fell in love with Xbox games already as adults. Players are extremely protective when their beloved characters are ruined and games are turned into low-grade trash. And here you show up and say that the first thing you want to do is understand why this works? She says first, great games, but finishes the paragraph in a corporate tone. We will enter new categories and markets where we can add real value, grounded in what players care about most. Her task is to expand the business and increase profits, not to think about how to make the games themselves better. Why bother? There are studios for that. Second, the return of Xbox. We will recommend to our core Xbox fans and players, those who have invested with us for the past 25 years, and to the developers who build the expansive universes and experiences that are embraced by players across the world. If you want someone to come back, then you shouldn't have made Kinect and everything that followed. In the 2000s, Xbox was truly a major player, because the team did everything to ensure the games were for the same kind of gamers as the people inside Xbox itself. After 2010, there was nothing that justified the time and money gamers brought into new games after that wonderful legacy. And now Asha states that they intended to bring the fans back. Bring them back for what? To a Halo remake? But that will also be on PlayStation and PC. And what comes after it? The problem is that Asha contradicts herself because she doesn't understand. Once Xbox went multi-platform, there was no point in talking about the return of Xbox. Without at least some exclusivity, games are not associated with this brand, and as a result, there are simply no current Xbox fans left. There are fans of individual games, but that is not the same as fans of Xbox. We will celebrate our roots with a renewed commitment to Xbox, starting with console which has shaped who we are. It connects us to the players and fans who invest in Xbox, and to the developers who build ambitious experiences for it. Gaming now lives across devices, not within the limits of any single piece of hardware. As we expand across PC, mobile, and cloud, Xbox should feel seamless, instant, and worthy of the communities we serve. We will break down barriers so developers can build once and reach players everywhere without compromise. And this only confirms that the console no longer makes sense, and neither does Xbox as a brand. To meet the moment, we will invent new business models and new ways to play by leaning into what we already have: iconic teams, characters, and worlds that people love. But we will not treat those worlds as static IP to milk and monetize. As monetization and AI evolve and influence this future, we will not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. Here she decided to step down a bit from the corporate level to a more open one. We will develop, search for new monetization paths, and use AI. She does understand the difference between AI slop and quality AI, but that doesn't make the situation any better. Here's what Satya says. She brings deep experience building and growing platforms, aligning business models to long-term value, and operating at global scale, which will be critical in leading our gaming business into its next era of growth. Whether you like it or not, Xbox has bought up studios and acquired IP. It no longer needs to care about a connection with players. Players themselves will come to the big-name titles when they are announced. Whether that's good or bad, write in the comments. Players will come into the Xbox ecosystem on their own, because they offer a game subscription and they offer play anywhere. Xbox fans stopped being fans a long time ago. Maybe they like certain individual games, but no one can call themselves a fan anymore. Xbox is simply distributing its entertainment products to a global audience in an absolutely faceless form. Matt Booty also got a promotion.
Oh yeah!
Under his leadership, Microsoft Gaming has grown to span nearly 40 studios, which are home to beloved franchises. Together, Asha and Matt have the right combination of consumer product leadership and gaming depth to push our platform innovation and content pipeline forward. Last year, Phil Spencer made the decision to retire from the company, and since then, we've been talking about succession planning. Based on these letters, the strategy is clear. Growth, growth, and more growth. Increasing reach, increasing subscription. No, that doesn't mean these didn't exist under Phil, but Phil was the one who brought at least a particle of soul into this corporate BS. For me, this is the end of an era. Even though Xbox stopped being Xbox after 2014, Phil was still associated with Xbox and frankly gave Xbox its meaning from a human point of view. There is really nothing much to say about Sarah Bond and Matt Booty. They are people of a completely corporate type. On the Microsoft blog page, by the way, there is no letter from Sarah Bond announcing her departure. Apparently things were not going great and they didn't part with her on good terms. I'm glad Phil Spencer left. I'm sure he was fed up with this corporate pressure. At least that's how it seems to me. I think he did everything he could, even if some of it was received poorly by gamers. But he was the face of Xbox and did it quite successfully and charismatically. Now he will be able to peacefully enjoy games.
Thanks for watching to the end, subscribe and hit like if you agree with me, and tell me in the comments what's your best memory from the original Xbox or 360 era, aside from the Ring of Death of course. See ya!